In this Unity tutorial I will show you how to create this click to move script where it will avoid obstacles using the NavMesh. So let's get started. To start off we will go to this GitHub repository. I have a link for this in the description. Then we'll click on code and we'll click on download zip. Once that is downloaded we will unzip it. Now we'll open up this folder and we'll drag in NavMesh components into Unity. And this might show up. If it does, just press on yes. Now what we'll do is right click in our hierarchy, click on create empty, and I will call this environment. Then under that I'll create a 2D object, go to sprites and then go to square. This will be the walkable area, so I'll just call it walkable. And you can just drag it out to wherever you want the walkable area to be. And I'll just make it invisible, so set the alpha to 0. Now I'll add a component which is a navigation modifier, this one. Then I'll create another empty game object called NavMesh. I'll make sure to set the position to 0, 0, 0. And also do that for the environment and the ground right here. So select them both and set at least the C position to 0, which is very important. Now on the NavMesh object, I'll add a navigation surface. Then I'll also add a navigation collect sources 2D. I'll click on rotate surfaces to XY. Then I'll click bake, and you can now see the ground is used as the walkable area. You might notice that the walkable area is also on the walls. So we'll click on the walls and we'll add another navigation modifier, which we will set to override area, and then we'll set it to not walkable. Now let's click on the NavMesh again and click bake, and as you can see we can't walk, and as you can see the walls are no longer walkable. Now we will click on our player and add an agent, so a NavMesh agent. And if you can't add this one, then you'll just have to go to Window, then go to Package Manager, go to Unity Registry and search on AI, and download this AI navigation if you don't already have it. Now let's create the script which moves the player when I click around. So I'll right click down here, go to create and do a mono behavior script. I will call it click to move AI. In here we're gonna add another library called unityengine.ai. Then I'll delete the comments and I'll add a private NavMesh agent called agent. Then in the start function I'll set agent equals to get component NavMesh agent. So we basically get the NavMesh from the object. Then we'll do agent.update rotation to be false and agent.update up axis to be false too. Then in our update function we'll do if input.get mouse button down, and we'll do mouse button 0, which will be the left mouse click. You can of course do right mouse click if you want, then you would do 1. But in here we'll simply get the world position which we've clicked on, so we'll do vector free world position equals camera.main.screen to world point, where we'll input.mouse position. Now we have the position, but we want to make sure it's 0 on the C plane, so we'll do world position.c equals 0. And lastly we'll just set agent.setDestination to be this world position. And that's all we need in here. Now go back into Unity. In here we'll click on our player and drag the click to move script over here. Then I will click play and I'll click over here and the player moves over here. And it even avoids the obstacles, so that is perfect. I can click wherever I want. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you liked it.